Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. That's right. I missed you on Monday. I'm so sorry. I was all in the middle of the holiday and had family in. And before I realized, I went, oh, man, I missed Monday morning. And it was Memorial Day. And I was thinking about that. So I apologize to all of you who were just hanging on for life, going like, where's he at? Where's he at? Anyway, we just had some family in. So anyway, but it was Memorial Day. I pray that you had a great Memorial Day and that you were doing some, just being able to do some incredible things with family and friends and all of that kind of thing. So yeah. And oh no, we did, man. We had a fantastic day enjoying. It's really the whole weekend. The whole weekend was just amazing, and just remembering and being with friends and really kind of creating the weekend that so many people have given their lives for us. Is that we had church in our home, and just was able to encourage people, love people, all of that. And then we celebrated a good friend of ours and a family that he had his birthday and just had a great time with that. And then on Monday, just had a bunch of friends over and basically just truly living the life of freedom and liberty and worshiping our God, connecting with our friends, loving our family. It was one of those weekends I'm like going, you know, this is why men and women across this nation and all over this world have given their lives for us, and just kind of made me think about that, and just really fall in love with our country again, fall in love with our military, fall in love with my God, fall in love with Jesus, all over. Just saying, this is what liberty and freedom is all about. It's that ability to live your life and live it to the fullest and live it with everything you've got and find your passion and find all of that you have within you to go and do it. Good morning, Jeanette. Blessings on you. Great morning to you too. So that's kind of what happened, and just kudos to all of you who are able to just live life with freedom and joy and all of that. So yeah, and then oh, by the way, I'm just going on and on about freedom, which is the more important thing than me. But anyway, if I haven't got a chance to meet you, my name is Jay. My wife Vicky and I will lead this amazing church called The Gate, Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, and love what we're doing. We pastor this church, and we've been doing it for over 36 years. Can you believe that? And just loving it, loving life, loving the Chicagoland area, and doing all of this. I come to every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday like this just to say, hey, we're here, we love you, we care for you, and want to encourage you, but mainly just let you know you're not alone. We're doing this together, and we say we're in this Chicagoland area, but really we're all over, and just believing that God has got you where you are supposed to be. So we invite you to create and start a hub right where that's what we call it. Like we say we're all over is because we are seeing church. We want to see churches we want to see churches open up all over in what we call hubs, or church in the home, house churches all over the nation, all over the world, in every neighborhood, just bringing light and faith and hope and community right in there. So good morning, Luan. Blessings on you. Glad to have you here today. So let's see here. So I was thinking about this, and one thing I gotta tell you is I got a pool in my backyard, and I've always wanted a pool. It's just been one of my life goals to get a pool, so I've got one. So in the meantime, last year I was really struggling with getting the heater going, and the reality was I just wasn't paying attention to the filters. And so I'm sitting there, and we opened it up early this year and had it going. I probably told you a little bit about this or some of the thing, but even when it was so cold outside, early April, by April 15th, I think it was, we had this pool open. and the heaters were going. And I mean, we were heating the pool. I was jumping in the mornings, but it was freezing outside, but the pool was warm. And one day, I didn't realize the heater was set up to 90 degrees. And it was, but it was 37 outside. And the whole yard was just filled with steam with that, as it was crazy. But as we were going through it, everything was going good. And then this weekend, we had big parties, and we were all planning on everybody going to go jump in the pool. Have the official pool opening thing. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night, the heater went down, and I could not get it back. He was cleaning the filters. I was doing everything. And on Memorial Day, with all of this stuff going on, the pool was like 68, 67, 68 degrees, which that may sound kind of warm, but if you ever jumped into a bucket of water, a pool, or whatever it is, when the water's about 68, man, that is an ice bath, or it feels, it is cold. And so Vicky and I, we were sitting there going and I told Vic, I said, you probably should just warn people, just say, hey, Jay's done everything he can to get it, something's gone wrong and we can't get the flow going in the pool. All that, the heater and all that. Pool's beautiful. It's great. It's clean. The waters are wonderful. Everything, all the balance. It's just cold. And so we told her that. And she says, man, I hate that this happened because people aren't going to want to swim. And I said, oh, wait a minute. There are going to be some people who will swim. And she goes, no. And I said, I named them. I read it out. I went, I started naming all the guys that I felt like and all the gals that I felt like were going to swim. Now, some of them, most of them were all kids and young. Because you get to an age, you jump into a 68 pool, you're taking your life in your own. You have no idea if the old ticker is going to keep going after a shock like that. And so we did, and immediately, every single person, I just started going boom, 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 boom down the line. And I even named the first one that was going to go in the pool. And man, too, it was in the low 60s with wind. And so it was a little chilly. And so we had our jackets on, fire going, all that kind of stuff. But there was a crew that jumped in that pool, and some of them jumped in head first, and they were just going in knowing what it was going to be. And it got me to thinking about that today, and just kind of the thoughts that I have for you guys is read this quote. It says there, you don't find your purpose by dipping your toes. You dive in head first. And I thought about that, and I thought, as we're walking through, and we've been talking about this purpose idea for the whole month of May, and I've just kind of been camping on that. And I think it's so important for us to do it because we're always wanting to find out, look, I want to know what I'm on the planet for, or the ultimate life question, what am I here for? And there's nothing better than to see the planet for, or the ultimate life question, what am I here